We are going to be looking at some creepy videos, strange and odd news stories, and as always, let's go ahead and get right into today's video. In this first creepy segment, this news story is absolutely insane for multiple reasons. This video comes from Fabio.
What the hell is going on with this world? A judge just released this man, Solomon Galligan, who is 33 years old, a registered ex-offender, after he just tried to kidnap and abduct some of these kids, an 11-year-old boy he had in his arms in Colorado at school. And only reason the kid got away because he tripped over a blanket that he was carrying. I don't care what they were talking about, saying he was mentally incapable of standing trial. Just to look at this man's face says he did it. This is so disgusting and I can't stand it. These guys get off with a slap on the wrist while people with minor offenses get way more time than these individuals. And a monster just like this should never be released. He should just get 25 years for them looks alone. It's straight up creepy. And I don't care about nothing. People need to speak up and make these judges accountable. People are getting hurt out there, especially our kids.
So it's stories like these that prove just how evil and dark this world happens to be, and kids have no hope, on top of what's currently going on in the government with the whole trafficking that supposedly now no longer happened. But this entity was accused of attempting to kidnap an elementary school student during recess last year, and is expected to, like you heard, have the charges dropped because he was deemed not mentally fit to stand trial. But here's the thing. So this 11-year-old boy completely identified this horrific individual who tried to grab him, but not only that, this individual also has a history, a criminal history, which does include a 2012 conviction for failing to register as an offender. But here's the cherry on the top. He also had 4 criminal cases, one of them, I do believe, also again involving children, and all 4 of these criminal cases throughout the state had all been thrown out. All 4 had been thrown out not because he didn't do it, but in each case, mental competency had been raised. He is ordered to go to a mental health facility, but he just goes out and offends again, and most recent was him trying to grab this 11-year-old boy, which this boy described him having this white powder, this white substance on his face, and reeking like alcohol. So they're just going to go ahead and keep letting him roam free until, I guess, eventually a child ends up losing their life, and then maybe, just maybe, they'll take it more seriously then. Who really knows? This next creepy video comes from the paranormal chick.
The following videos are from a man named Josh. He and his grandparents are dealing with weird, abnormal neighbors. These neighbors keep crossing onto their property line and just basically terrorizing him. But the problem is, their neighbors are almost like feral people. And they look different and weird, and something is just completely off. It's gotten to the point to where they have notified the local sheriff, and unfortunately, they are not able to do anything. So Josh has taken it upon himself to go out onto the property, hide, and videotape what the neighbors are doing to he and his grandparents. And this is going to blow your mind. And things are starting to escalate. Now these people are leaving weird objects around their home. Take a look at these next few videos, comment below, and tell me what you think.
Wake up and use the bathroom, and here's my house. It's a post that I used to hang a hammock on. I look on this side. It's pointing straight at my house.
Just look at that individual's body shape as it walks. That is very bizarre. Either they're very tall or they have some very unusual posture. The Appalachian Mountains are just rife with all sorts of different things, and he's saying that what he captured on camera was not the only one, that there's multiple out there. So I don't even know if I was even stay at that house anymore just for the sake of my grandparents. But yeah, that is very creepy. This amazing video comes from Lost to Love Life, and I actually made a video on this on my other channel, Minutes of Horror, about the other projects other than MK Ultra.
MK Naomi was the CIA's Secret Biological Warfare Division. Okay, it was a joint operation between the CIA and the U.S. Army. They were partnered with the Fort Detrick, the lab where they cooked up God knows what. Okay, their whole mission was design toxins, diseases, weapons that could take somebody out without a damn trace. We're talking poison handkerchiefs, assassination pills, God knows dart guns laced with freaking shellfish toxins, okay? And we're even talking about like aerolized illnesses that look like the flu but will hit you like a freaking kill switch, okay? And they even tested how to weaponize everyday objects. Imagine picking up a damn pen, okay, or opening up an umbrella and it's laced with death. And the wildest damn part, this is not even a conspiracy. This is straight from declassified government files. The church committee hearings in 1975 exposed part of it. And if you go to the CIA's own website, yeah, their own website, okay, you'll find pieces of the truth they couldn't even scrub. It's still there. Y'all, people just gotta research. This stuff is out there, okay? And it gets so much worse, y'all. MK Naomi's files were so sensitive, most of them they disappeared or were accidentally destroyed, meaning we've only seen scraps. Y'all, do you understand this? We only seen scraps. They say this project ended in 1969. But come on, they don't end programs like this. They just move them. Private contractors, black budgets, different names. Because if you think about it, MK Ultra was about controlling your mind. MK Naomi, that was about controlling life and death. And if they had that kind of power back then, what do you think they got now? We keep looking at the screen waiting for the truth to come to us. But the truth is buried in the files they hope we never read. But I read them. And I'm about to show y'all everything they didn't teach us in school. Because this is not about history. This is a playbook. And we're living in the middle of it.
That was a great breakdown when it comes to MK Naomi, but it gets so much worse when you have MK Often, MK Chickwit, MK Search, Project Monarch, among others. But all of these are currently no longer active. That is because something far more advanced has currently taken their places. When she said that during MK Naomi they use everyday products to cause harm, I'm thinking of today with 4G, 5G, and Wi-Fi signals, what that could be doing to the human body and the human brain. They already admitted they use Wi-Fi signals to spy on people's homes, so who knows what else they're doing with these signals. This next video is very creepy, and it kind of gives off Andrew Dawson vibes, the individual who saw that giant in the mountains of Canada who passed away not too long after. Now, I cannot find her original video or her original account. It's been said her account and her videos were deleted, but those watching her videos had recorded and kept them. So I'm going to go ahead and play this segment now.
With the following video, after her and her daughter were followed to her apartment by a man arguing with something that wasn't there. But this is just the beginning to a terrifying story.
I just called the police. Get out front of my door. I know you heard me. Get out front of my door. This is the last time I'm gonna tell you. Get out front of my door right now. The police on the way. Go.
Now, thankfully, the man quickly leaves. However, upon watching the video back, the door to a vacant apartment across the hall opens and shuts by itself, and she goes on to explain how this, combined with the strange man, is just too weird to ignore.
Y'all, so here's an update on what happened in the Ring camera footage when I was with my daughter the other day. And they stole my Ring camera, but that's another story for another day. Anyway, y'all, in the 3 years that I've lived here, I have never seen this door come open. Ever. Like, okay. Look at that. But in the video, you saw the door just came open. Who opened the door? Like, look at that. Like, pitch black. Like, make it make sense. Like, how? How?
After this video, she notifies the landlord, and they send up a maintenance worker to open the door.
You said the light works? Y'all, he said the light works. Oh, Lord. What is that? Y'all. What the hell is going on? Y'all see all these little kids? What the hell put kids' shoes up in there? What the? So how? So hold on, because no, this other day that the door came open when I was in here. So if the door came open, like Nah, I'm sorry, I'm not. Okay, y'all. So remember that thing? I thought it was a snake. I really thought it was some plastic, but y'all, I'm not finna get close to this shit. But this is real snake skin. Oh my God! Look at this.
Feeling creeped out, she quickly left, vowing to never go back. However, upon reviewing the footage, she noticed something that left her terrified.
And I noticed something in them pile of shoes. Those frozen Elsa boots, whatever you want to call it. Those boots are my daughter's. Like, I'm gonna show y'all a picture that me and my daughter took, like, I want to say like 2 months ago. Yo, this is crazy because I really thought she just lost them at school. Those shoes belong to my daughter.
At this point, she's determined to figure out who stole all those children's shoes, and her number one suspect is the man that chased her and her daughter to her door. But first, she decides to ask around, including the property manager, to get more information.
Okay, so tell me again, like, how long has it been since somebody stayed in that room or been in that room?
At least 6 years.
6 years. 6 years. So y'all ain't been up there and did no type of checks, like none of that. 6 years.
Why?
Somebody in this building must be going around here just collecting shoes. And I'm not gonna say collecting, stealing little kids' shoes around here. And the reason why I said that is because I've talked to at least 2 or 3 different people in this building who have said that their children been missing shoes. So I'm thinking that somebody has access to that room and they're going around stealing shoes and then taking them and putting them in there. But my question is, though, why though? Like, make it make sense.
Armed with this new information, she sets up a hidden camera and devises a plan.
This right here is going to let me know who been in this building stealing these kids' shoes and also who the hell has access to that room right there.
This is when strange things start occurring, when she begins to hear crying coming from the vacant room. But apart from seeing strangers on her floor, no one ever falls for her trap. But 2 days later, she would capture something terrifying. And what you'll see is the neighbor come out of her room after hearing the crying baby from the vacant room. But what happens after is truly disturbing. Now you can see the shoe entirely moves on its own. But before her account went completely dark, she did post one more video. The following is the final video. And let me know, what do you think?
Okay, y'all, so update. So you can see, property manager came and put a lock on the door. And whoever was in there, the yes.
What is eerie about this is that there have been a bunch of news stories lately of people stumbling upon shoes, children's shoes, backpacks, bones. Take, for example, this couple in Arizona, and also this group of kids. They're exploring this cave, and they stumble upon a pile of shoes and bones. The kids in this video, they were never heard from again after stumbling upon this cave.
So, do you see that reflection? They're trying to... Oh.
Oh, Jesus. It's a shoe.
Oh,
okay. Is that like a fossil? Dead animal or human?
Okay, wait, don't move, Wyatt. So that's bone over there? How old would you say these shoes are, Dad? That's a bone right there. Actually, there's quite a few bones in this.
No, it looks like a cow almost. There's no adult shoes in there. There's no adult shoes. Small.
He's not wrong. Hey, those are some
Adidas.
Air One. I think these are old shoes. I'm not gonna touch them. Respectfully. See the bones. Well, now you know the question. If you ever see something sketchy in a horror movie, we are the people who keep going. So yes.
I think it's someone's joke. Which cow bones and shit next to him.
Like these kids, this woman in this video has never been seen or heard from again, and I do believe her video is about a year old. So, you know, with some people saying she may be doing this for clout, for whatever reason, I mean that's a horrible way to do it for clout, given the fact that she has never spoken out again about this video. In this next creepy segment, most of us should already know by now that the haunted Annabelle doll handler, Dan Rivera, had passed away. Now look, there are some people out there that do not believe in the supernatural, the paranormal, do not believe in demons, and my thing is to each their own. Now I do believe in this stuff due to my own personal life experiences. I do not have any fear of demons, ghosts, and so forth, but still, at the end of the day, just because I do not have any fear in them, doesn't mean I should be playing with them or messing with them. If you believe in big coincidences, I mean, once or twice is a coincidence, but everywhere this doll went, something big happened in the news at that location. This paranormal team who took over the doll, they were told to never take Annabelle out of the case. They decided to do so anyway, taking the doll to some of the most well-known haunted locations across the United States on what was known as the Devils on the Run tour, taking the doll to West Virginia, Texas, Louisiana, and then finally Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. And when they arrived to Pennsylvania on July 11th, the entire 911 system went down across the state. Then a couple days later, this is where Dan Rivera would pass away in his hotel room, and there are reports saying that Annabelle was in the hotel room with him. So it's like, how many coincidences do you need to make you realize you need to just keep the doll in its case? This great video comes from Bring Just the Horizon, who does a great breakdown when it comes to all of the events that led up to Pennsylvania.
I was just walking back through all the places that they've toured with the Annabelle doll, and the things that have happened after that doll has left is scary. There has only been 4 stops so far on this Devils on the Run tour. West Virginia State Penitentiary, and then to New Orleans, Louisiana, and then to Victoria's Black Swan Inn in San Antonio, Texas, and now to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, where Dan has unfortunately and suddenly passed away. The first spot they took her was West Virginia State Penitentiary, opened in 1866, closed in 1995, and one of the most haunted penitentiaries in the entire country. With over 998 unalivings and intentional unalivings, with 85 hangings, 9 electrocutions, and all coming from a very violent dark past, this is one of the most tortured prisons ever to exist. I cut off the doll's face out of all of the pictures because that energy is not welcome here. But while setting up for the Virginia State Penitentiary, Ryan Burrell actually set up a communication system with Annabelle to see if Annabelle was around or in the area. And that's when Ryan started suddenly to hear things say, "Your body, I want your body," and he closed off the communication. If you ask the people who normally care for this haunted penitentiary, they'll say that their spirits went super inactive while Annabelle was there. It was like everyone went quiet. And if you asked Ed and Lorraine's successors with the New England Society of Psychic Research what they think, they'll say, "Oh, it has nothing to do with Annabelle. That's just ironic. Coincidence even." The next stop with Annabelle was New Orleans, Louisiana, and they should have known that they weren't going to be met with good energy there. It's New Orleans. In fact, they were so surprised that when a voodoo priest came out into the streets and she started blessing Annabelle and rebuking her, that they saw it as a challenge. In fact, quoting Ryan, it says, "We were packing up and all of a sudden we heard tambourines and someone screaming, 'Go to hell, Annabelle.' She laid down holy water and said, 'In the name of New Orleans voodoo, I rebuke you.' But I mean, there was the thought of, yikes, this priest is just challenging Annabelle. It's almost like voodoo versus the demonic." After they left with Annabelle, a plantation caught on fire in Louisiana. Spontaneously. And 10 very, very violent criminals broke out of a penitentiary that was very close to where Annabelle was being housed in New Orleans. But if you ask the team that's touring with Annabelle and you ask them what happened in San Antonio, they'll say nothing happened in San Antonio, so it must not actually be Annabelle. Then after leaving San Antonio, the rumors start flying that Annabelle is actually missing. Though Annabelle's team completely denies that that ever happened, the world has seen the internet. That leaves us with Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, where they took Annabelle to a Soldiers National Orphanage homestead that is one of the most haunted places in the entire country. Gettysburg is well known for the Battle of Gettysburg and being haunted by the soldiers that died there. Unfortunately, Dan Rivera, the lead investigator for the New England Society of Psychic Research, was a U.S. Army veteran. He was found unresponsive in his hotel room from cardiac arrest, with CPR being activated on him during the 911 call. Dan did not make it. The second that Annabelle got to Pennsylvania, the entire 911 system for the entire state of Pennsylvania crashed. Everyone in Pennsylvania got this emergency alert. Then they had 3 successful days in Gettysburg. 3 sold-out shows. Anyone know the significance of the number 3 in the demonic world? The day after is when they found Dan, unfortunately, unalived. There's still 2 days left on the schedule. Rock Island, Illinois in October, and then Kentucky in late October, yet there is no date for that one. Will this tour continue, and will the reign of Annabelle continue to be undermined? If you ask the team, they'll say it's all coincidence and nothing had anything to do with Annabelle. But y'all were warned to leave that doll inside and to never take it out. And here we are. 1 is worth noting. 2 is a coincidence. 3 is a pattern. The 4th time someone died. Take the doll back. Lock it in this house like Ed and Lorraine said, and don't ever take it out again. And just a friendly reminder, everyone in the comments who are saying, "Annabelle, do this. Annabelle, do that." That is an intention. And all spells and all seances run off of repeated intention. So every time you're repeating something in those comments, and I'm reading 20 million comments that are all saying the same thing, you are pouring your energy and your intention to Annabelle. Be careful, and let me know what you guys think in the comments.
So like I said, whether you believe in the paranormal, whether you don't, just leave the doll in its case. Some things are best left alone. But when it comes to shoes, sneakers, and so forth, in this next creepy segment, people have been asking me for an update when it comes to this individual right here, Shiloh Hill, who bought a pair of bloody boots off the dark web. This would be one of his more recent updates.
Alright, I need some advice. So a couple weeks ago I found this site on the dark web that was selling shoes, but it was kind of weird because all the shoes had names and ages. I ordered these ones right here. When the boots came, they looked about how they looked on the site, but one of them had a VHS tape in it. And when they came in the mail, I tested them with luminol, and they lit up. Now, I did get a VCR, and I was able to play the Schumann VHS. It was really creepy. Most importantly, there was a bunch of slots on it called submissions, where people, it seemed like, had to submit videos of them harming people wearing the boots. Basically, it seems like if your submission is rejected, you get added to the site. When I went back on the Onion site, I realized that it had been taken down. A couple days later, I realized the heel of one of them was hollow, and it had a little GPS tracker in it. I figured out that the GPS tracker was trying to send my location to a phone number. And when I called the phone number, there was a voicemail saying like, if you found this number, I'm going to come and find you. So I left a voicemail responding to it, but then they changed their voicemail to be like, hey, this is just a misunderstanding. That voicemail was for the Schumann. Now I've texted back and forth a couple times with that number at this point. And basically what the guy is claiming is that he is not the Schumann or the guy that sold me the shoes. He was someone who bought the shoes previously or rented the shoes previously. Specifically, he's claiming to be Dante, which is a name that has a submission slot on the VHS. What he's trying to say is that he put the tracker in the boot in order to try to track the Schumann when the Schumann came to get the boots again. And the tracker was designed to turn on when someone puts the boots on, but the Schumann never put them on. So what I'm trying to decide is if I should trust this guy or if it's possible that it's the Schumann pretending to be someone else to try to like lure me in and take my shoes or whatever. I don't know. What do you guys think? All right. So right before the 4th, I got another pair of boots mailed to me. When I got them, they were still kind of damp. They've mostly dried out by now. They're still kind of stuck to everything. But here's the creepy part. Obviously, yes, there is a VHS tape in this one. But in this one, there was this phone. When I found this phone, I thought maybe I was supposed to call someone using it. So I turned it on to see if there was any numbers or anything. Whoopsies. And there is a number. It's just listed as A. And when I call the number, my burner phone rings. And the number is the number that I had down as a Schumann. And obviously that's when I realized that this is the number I've been texting this whole time. And this is the phone that's been sending the messages. Which is why I think I got to be done with this series. Yeah. What's up, guys? So I've been getting a lot of requests for updates on the dark web shoe situation. I'm really sorry, but right now I don't think I can post anything about it. I don't think I can even really explain why I can't post anything about it. I'm still waiting to hear back about that. I promise you, it's a good reason, and if you knew why, you would understand. But for now, you just gotta trust me. I'll post something as soon as I can.
Now, again, I don't know if this is some kind of promotion for his WWE character. He is a wrestler, but the part that's true is that he does indeed, on his spare time, browse the dark web. But whether this is real or fake, it is entertaining. It is creepy. From what we understand right now, the most recent pair of boots that he bought creeped him out so much he has finally gone to the police. So we're waiting for more information from the police.
Was popping around on Zillow, as one usually does, and had to share this one. This little gem is in Statesville, North Carolina. It's like 2+ acres. Thought I'd give it a look. Take a closer look, though. So again, you're like, quite lovely. Not bad. This is the front door. Sure, it needs some work here and there, but A-okay so far. Until I gave pause and was like, what's this? Again, who's this? And no, this isn't a stunt. It's an actual Zillow listing. And someone reached out to the agent, and this home has since been, it's on the market. It's like 1,500 square feet, 2+ acres, like 3 rooms, 1 bath for $160,000. I guess it comes with an extra occupant. I don't know, but she confirmed this was not a person. This isn't a stunt. This isn't someone else like peeking out. Nothing. And was like, when someone brought it to her attention. So if you're looking for some place that has a spiritual occupant, there you go, North Carolina. You're welcome.
That video comes from the Chase Allen 3, and it looks like somebody's grandmother, somebody's Meemaw, who may have passed away in that home, does not want to leave. To expand on the Zillow listing further, this video comes from Tiff's Ghost Talk.
Look at this ghost photo, but it gets scarier. I've been painting all day, so ignore that. So last night I was on my For You page and I found this woman that was talking about a ghost that showed up in this house on Zillow, this one right here. It's in Statesville, North Carolina, but this is what makes it creepier. Apparently it's been confirmed that there was no one in the house other than the one that was there to take the pictures to sell it. You can see her in this photo right here. You can also see the only vehicle there belonged to her, and it's in this photo. Let's look at a layout of the house first. So you can see that this is the living room, and then this is a bedroom where the ghost was at. So now I'm going to show you the inside of the house, and it is completely empty. There's nothing in there, no furniture, no anything. Here's the living room. Here's the car, right? There's a view into the dining room area, and then that little front bedroom, which already gives me the ick. Now here's the bedroom, right, when you go into it. This is inside of the bedroom, with the window showing that they were looking out of. But look at this bedroom. Look at this one. What happened in here? Now let's go back to the front of the house. Look how this is messed up all through here. Was there like a flood or something? Like what happened in there? But let's check out this ghost one more time, and I dare any of you, I dare you to try to tell me that this is pareidolia. This is a friggin' person. You can see the glasses, the chesticles, everything. You can see it all. Real person, real ghost? Let me know in the comments.
Yeah, I'm pretty convinced that's a person. The only problem is they are all gray. So it definitely looks like this, whatever this is no longer among us. But in any case, thank you so much for watching. If you like this channel and you want to see more, please subscribe. If you're already subscribed, please like, as any engagement does help the channel grow. Once again, thank you so much for your support.